Boom. Depends on what time of the day or what part of the earth you're watching this very hit show from. We're back with the digital streets with my brother from another mother, Porter Rock. What's going on, good brother?
Yo, what's going on, brother? What's your man? You been chilling, bro?
Yeah. I haven't spoke. I haven't spoken to you in a week, man. Just time zones. But I see you've been out there. You put up a couple videos. Xbox All Access. You had to get your 2 cents in about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got Gamescom. We got Xbox fans.
Anything?
We got Xbox fans losing their mind on Twitter,
Yo,
going back and forth with.
Gamescom. I watched it through your channel because that's the most entertaining part. Is what you and Kingsblood and everybody have to say.
Oh yeah,
because the shit itself, like, is dog shit, bro. That shit.
Yeah. Hey, yo, look, I can honestly say, man, me stepping outside the character, that was uglier than the Masterpiece sneaker. Yo, like that was bad, man. Like that, I ain't even gonna lie, bro.
Yo, man.
You know, no.
The most entertaining part is the shit you, Kingsblood, all that shit. That's the most entertaining part. If it wasn't for you, motherfuckers, I wouldn't. Like, yo, I don't watch. After the first episode of Xbox Inside, I have not legitimately watched that show again, unless it's like you live streaming it, because you bring the entertainment.
Yeah.
But the show on its own, oh hell nah, I'm not doing it, bro. That ain't it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, man. I ain't gonna lie. But that's what. Listen. And so first of all, shout out to everybody in the chat. That as you join, come in, have a seat, get your coffee, get your whatever you're sipping on. Hit the like button. We gonna have some cats in there fighting. God damn it! Sit down, cat. We gonna have some fun. We gonna have a very entertaining show today, man. Because what's going on Twitter right now? This outrage Spider-Man with the downgrade. Now listen. Normally, I always say you guys that my integrity is in question, right? But sometimes I don't mind admitting when I was wrong. I just thought it was Sony guys that had the fanatics out there bottling developers on Twitter and social media. I just said, Xbox, we don't do that. Remember some of the Sony guys got mad with the developer from Tomb Raider and the actress. The shit went on with that. But right now they out there.
They dogging you out for betas.
Yeah. Right now they out there.
Couldn't even enjoy a beta.
Hey, yo, right now they out there harassing the developers from Insomniac. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. And listen, I'm gonna let you can take the flick. I said you guys can hit the like button. We just said something about Gamescom, right? How horrible it was, right? Microsoft, that I know, was the only of the major three that did something, right? And you got the nerve to talk about a goddamn downgrade after that goddamn Gamescom? Listen, man. We're going to talk about it today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to definitely talk about it. But what's going on, Porter Rock?
Man, chilling, man. Trying to catch up on some backlog because, Spider-Man comes out in 2 weeks and shit like that. I'm working, bro. Fucking hectic schedule and shit like that. But, we do what we do. Make a video here or there, too, and shit like that. Listening to your shit, as you preach the truth that people don't want to hear.
Yeah, they don't, man.
But it is what it is, man. It's good to be. I'm glad we could do this at least every Sunday as much as we can. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said,
I admit, man, I do miss the multiplayer podcast, bro.
Oh, Barron lost his mind last week.
I'm telling you, man. Fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Barron lost his mind last week, bro.
Man, I wish I was there, bro.
They said, "Where's Porter Rock when you need him?"
I wish I was there, bro.
They said Porter Rock ain't got no sick time coming up. He ain't got no vacation time. We
yeah.
Hey, yo.
Motherfuckers.
Hey, yo.
You know what I'm saying? I do it. If there's any podcast I miss the most, it's the multiplayer podcast, bro. I love that podcast.
Normally, I got to hunt Barron down.
Yeah.
Barron was ready with his drywall smoothie, his tights. He was ready to go. So,
my man out there with the Zelda leotard.
Hey, yo, he called me 5 times. You'll see what time we start this shit. Like, I forgot it was Thursday. We got to talk about this. I said, what? What's going on? Because I ain't know the MPD came out. Because Porter Rock talked all that trash about Octopad Devil, and it's all about substances and quality right now.
Oh, shit, bro.
He was in full character, man. He tried to take my man Kratos' head off out there, bro. And Kratos was quiet. And Kratos was like, well, let me talk now. The needles hopped on us. I said, oh, man, this shit crazy.
I'm telling you, man. Yo, shout out to my man Kratos, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Kratos is like the money man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's the man with the money behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. I'm the guy up front. I'm the spokesperson. You know what I'm saying? I'm the guy behind the mic.
He hit me in the bag.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Green opening, green closing. You know what I'm saying? Because even while fucking on Twitter, Barron was doing his thing and shit like that. Of course, I can't let him slide. I can't let him just get 100% wins. I gotta figure out something. So I'm on there throwing my bullshit. I'd be like, but goddamn, if Nintendo's doing so good, why is PlayStation still the number one selling platform this year? Like, what? What are you talking about? Stick to the topic. We talking July. I'm saying, bro. I mean, of course, I'm talking about bullshit. Bro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta bring up something. I can't let him fucking be proud of himself. I gotta make him dance somehow, bro. But damn, I do miss that podcast, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro, because we built that shit from the ground up. It was me, you, MVP,
you, MVP,
B Shadows.
I forgot about B Shadows.
Yeah, all day,
and K Mega.
Oh, K Mega, right? I don't think it started with K Mega though. I think K Mega came a little bit after.
Nah, because if B Shadows was there, K Mega had to be there.
Okay, I think was it?
Yeah, because all day K Mega. Yeah. All day, K Mega and B Shadows were friends. Now I didn't even let you know. I don't know what the hell be going on behind the scenes. And I didn't even know why B Shadows left the show. It was just some shit between all day. I don't know. Yo, listen, P-Rock.
No, I don't know what happened, but he blamed it on me first.
Oh, yo,
what the fuck is you? I guess this had something to do with some YouTube dude. I forgot his name, but some weirdo. I forgot his name. But the dude, he has a straw made out of a dick, and he drinks out of it. What's his name?
13-6 Killer or something.
Yeah, something Killer. Yeah, 13-16 Killer. Mm-hmm. And I guess he got fed information about B Shadows, where he worked, what he really did and shit. And so he made videos about it, and people blamed it on me. Like, B Shadows was going at me. I'm like, bro, why would I give 13-16 Killer fucking info to do a video when I would do that shit myself and get the views myself?
Bro,
I have no problem clapping at a dude.
Hey, bro.
I told B Shadow, I'm like, Shadow, trust me. If I'm gonna clap a dude, I do it myself, and I'm gonna get the views behind my clap. I don't even know who this 13-16 Killer is.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something.
And then the truth came out at some point, and then that's it. But I was like, yo, B Shadows blocked me and everything.
Hey, yo, I just thought about something, yo. Because I always say I don't know what, because that's just true. I don't know what the hell be going on. And I didn't even know it was a problem. I know I went to anybody to the show, he just stopped coming. Fine, it is what it is. I ain't even show it. It is what it is. Keep moving, right? But I was messy as hell for recording K Mega and all day going back. No, use a snitch.
I was in the room, bro. Yo, I was in the room, right? When
I gotta find that video, bro. That is classic.
Yo, I was in the room, right? Once I did, they started going off after the show ended. Yeah. Yo, I grabbed popcorn and soda. Yo, everybody was laughing. Hey, yo, they like, you look at Porter Rock.
Hey, yo, he said that nigga can die. I said, oh, man.
I don't know what happened. I was just sitting there and I'm just eating popcorn and listening because I'm like, oh, this shit got crazy.
Yeah, shit definitely went left. Shit definitely, like I said, those were good old days, though, man. We done had some.
Yeah, man.
The MVP. We didn't have.
It was like 6, and this was when MVP was still at Xbox. So it was like 6, and all day was still kind of on the green side. It was 6 bots and me. I'm like, God.
I'm gonna keep it funky though. You never could tell about with MVP because one minute he'd be a Game Boy Advance dude. He was million.
My man was Joy-Con boys and shit. It wasn't until Alex, when Alex started coming on, I'm like, finally, at least I got one dude, right? Yeah. But then I started noticing, this guy's like the Joker, bro. Like he's just crazy, bro. I'm like, I felt like in Dark Knight you had the mob and you think, all right, Joker's gonna fix shit, and he just makes it worse. I'm like, oh shit, Alex is out here cursing out grandparents and
old nigga,
Omega, man, I'll fucking cursing out I'm like, yo, what the fuck did we unleash?
Yeah. Like I said, yo, you know what? Well, what I'm gonna do one day, because it's crazy, right? With me, shout out to everybody just joining. We just talking before we really get into the topics. When you do so many shows and different things, sometimes I kind of forget. Like I kind of forget. What happened? Sometimes I get all pushed together. And we didn't had some classic shit. Like one day I'm gonna really sit down and go through some of those older episodes of MVP. What do you call it? The Multiplayer Podcast, and just even remember the K Mega and D over the 60 frames and 30 frames.
Oh man, yo,
that fight right there. My God.
I'm telling you, there's some classics on that thing. There's classics that people don't want to remember, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like my man Maslin. My man Maslin argued that 1X was gonna be the number one selling, even sell more than a 1S. And I'm like, even you were like, bro, you need to slow down on that one. Because he's like, no, Phil Spencer is just saying 1S, because that's what they do. But he knows 1X is gonna sell more. I'm like, man. Shit. Yo, we got classics, bro.
We do. Like honestly, on that show there, It's very unique. You know what I mean? You know, that started as being the Xbox versus Pody podcast. I said to them, but it was so hard for me to, just,
ever since I came on the scene, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You keep up. Yeah, that's what happened.
I remember, because I remember you were like, I remember you tweeting me. He's like, yo, bro, you fucking with my money, bro. Nobody wants to come on the show. I'm like, yo, I thought more. I honestly thought more motherfuckers would come on because they're like, yo, because you were slaughtering ponies.
Hey,
like
bro,
Ken Masters, Jay Barry. I was like, yo, this shit's getting bad, bro.
What was my man? What was his name? What was the guy name?
The first one?
No, the guy you knocked out. What was his name?
Jade Centuries. He was the first one to knock out.
Yeah, Jay Centuries, right? And Puerto Rock, the time just had it was on Twitter fucking with everybody. You had the little Easter egg as the emoji. Now listen, I always tell you guys that I really fuck with those that fuck with me. I don't mind trolling. We can all go, oh, don't get disrespectful. I like the joke. I like the bug out. And I'm gonna always say this too. Everybody you see around me normally it's whatever that came out of my comment section or something. A lot of these YouTube jokes be weird. It is what it is. This goddamn cat, man, I'm telling you, it's killing me back here. It'd be weird. But so I needed somebody for the show. I forgot who Jay Century went at with the week before, so he was riding around high. You had like a 2.
Oh, he beat down Rambo.
Oh, okay, Charlie Rambo, right? And
listen, he killed him.
Hey, listen, you know my integrity is always in question. So when I
set the debates Rambo, up, though.
You know how I set the debate? I always set the debate.
No, that was the last straw. That was the last straw, right? Because when I saw that debate, Jay Century was bodying him, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end, Rambo's like, well, I'm not really a PlayStation guy. I'm a PC guy. I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, I'm tired. That's why I tweeted you. I'm like, I'm done, Z.
Let me in.
Put me in, coach.
Hey, yo. But hold up. But you know
now we got PC motherfuckers rapping PlayStation.
Hey, bro. You know I always just set the debates up with the Xbox guys to win. Like, all the time, right? I got to listen. I'm listening right now. Before each show, I will get an Xbox guys the questions. We're going to do this right here. Stick to this right. So we got this one in the bag, right? Yeah. Man, he would not stick to script.
That shit was funny because I knew you were like, you even told me, I got because I got to read for the home team. So Jay Century's got everything. But when the debate started, and you're like, okay, first question. No, I got this, Z. I was like, I got him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you were like, yo, Jay, we're gonna ask you. You were like, nah. I got these questions. I'm gonna ask Puerto Rock. And you were like, all right.
Hey, Puerto Rock.
You put mute on the mic and you let
me lie, bro. You shocked the hell out of me, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Hey, listen, I gotta give you a props for that. I was not expecting. I said, bro, you was a fucking star. You got to get your like, bro.
I bodied him, bro. Yeah, the best part was like, that's the reason why he was talking about, because of the games, whatever. That's the reason why I didn't buy a PlayStation. I'm like, bro, a lot of people ain't buying Xboxes.
Yeah.
A lot. And you were like, oh, shit. You were like, oh, oh, shit.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Shout out to Fonzo. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man.
Remember when his mic cut out? And I was like, yo, he pulled the live 95. All of a sudden, his internet connection's not going out. You were like, don't start your shit, Puerto Rico. Don't you start your shit. I'm like, not all of a sudden he's having internet problems.
Hey, I gotta find that. What was the name of that? It was. I'm gonna go back.
Oh, it was Jay Centuries. It was Xbox versus Sony. Jay Centuries versus Puerto Rico. It was like 2 years ago. That shit was 2 years ago, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna
think about that.
That's what I'm gonna do.
We've been rocking for 2 years, bro.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna go together and get some of those and just put them all in one video, like a monster, like just all this shit that didn't happen. Like some of this shit. I got you, Stuart. I got you 1 second. I got you. Some of this shit, it never came to air fruition. A lot of stuff I added up. Even with the all day to Kid Mega, I had to take some of this. I ain't want to be too goddamn messy. But some of the fights that happened behind the scenes,
man,
what the fuck? That's 60 frames versus 30 frames.
That shit blew my mind, bro.
That's it, bro. Hold up.
I'm like, there's an actual argument about this. I'm like, yo,
he
bro.
Said, no, it can't make. I'm saying. I'm sorry, but you're ignorant, man.
You are so ignorant.
You D? How tall is you, D? Oh shit! Yo, he asked D how tall he was. Oh shit! Maybe one of some smoke. He said, "Fuck all that frame. What's happening?"
He said, "How tall is you?"
Oh, hey, I said, "Yo, this shit that went off the. Why do you want to know, man? Why do you want to know? Balance isn't the answer, man. You're ignorant to the facts. I'm sorry, but you don't dig it all smug and shit. You're ignorant, man. You're ignorant to the facts." Shout out to Stuart Stokes for the $5 super chat. He says Xbox should be the last group talking about downgrade. Talking about practice. He said the Xbox should be the last one they talk about practice, not the game that they love, but practice. He said the Xbox should be the last one talking about downgrades. Worried about Spider-Man, but what about the crackdown harassing? Developers spreading spoilers of these fuck niggas. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, that dude from Insomniac, he already tweeted out that any other people, posting spoilers on their timeline are gonna get blocked. That's just crazy, bro.
Hey, Fonzarelli said the man in reason. He said most games get downgrade just as developed. But listen, I'm gonna say this to be fair though, right? We can start the show. Let me turn my phone off to be professional here. Let me say this, right? Most games, when you see at E3 or any of these gaming shows or whatever, right? It's called vertical splice. They look better. They look, they're to be presented like that. Even with down to the 360, I'll give you an example: the PS3 or the 360 era, and you see Call of Duty. They would usually show you the PC version. This is what they do on the commercials. They'll make a difference, right? It's called a vertical splice. Now, what I'm just saying, what makes it ironic, what makes it a little fishy, because even just say in this grand, you see the same the game, they get a downgrade. Whatever. It looks good to me, right? Still looks better than anything on the goddamn Xbox. But, I'm just keeping it all the way a buck. You know what I mean? And look, what about the downgrades on fucking Sea of Thieves? True. This was rare with the handcuffs off. You understand?
Yeah.
They were no longer forced to do Kinect games. This is rare, letting all their creative goddamn juices flowing. And that motherfucker cracking was motherfucking 2 noodles in the ocean, and you motherfuckers threatened to render me unconscious. You know what I mean? Like, come on, what are we doing here, man? Like, what's going on, Puerto Rock?
I'll say this, because I'll even take it back to Forza because that was the counter. Now, I seen people laugh at Forza for downgrade. I didn't jump onto that because this whole gen, I don't know, it's 2018. People still haven't learned. They did it with Gears 4. Remember the multiplayer beta downgrade? But then when the game came out, it fucking looked phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
They did it with Uncharted. They did it with Infamous. They did it with Horizon Zero Dawn. Now they're doing it with Forza. Now they're doing Spider-Man. Motherfuckers are batting 0 for 6 when it comes to this downgrade. I say wait till the game comes out, and then we'll see after. Like State of Decay, the game came out, right? Now we can say this game looks like shit. Sea of Thieves came out. Then we could say this game, because we're talking post-release. We're talking now people have access to the game. They're actually seeing it in front of their face, But all this before shit, screenshots and shit like that, there's dudes out there that want to tamper, do this just to push a narrative and talk shit, whatever. That's why I don't jump on this downgrade before the game comes out. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's how it is. The dudes just need to wait till after the game. If it's downgraded after the fact, then it is what it is. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, bro.
That's just how it is. But you would think people will learn by now because we had, and it was on both platforms. People did it with, Gears is the biggest example I know on Xbox. When the multiplayer beta came out, my God, I seen, downgrade. I'm like, bro, it's a beta.
Hey, bro.
Most of the time, they're just worrying about the connectivity and performance. They're not worried about graphics.
Hey, bro. Hey, I got you, Vaughn. Shout out to my brother Vaughn on my bro.
Detroit.
They
did it with Detroit.
Hey, but let me
remember that shit?
I said maybe I need to go back, hop back in Xbox mode just to give him some help. Like, you gotta pick and choose your battles. You understand what I'm saying? You can't be out there, motherfucker, screaming downgrade. When it's even with this downgrade, right? And you got the world's most powerful console, it still looks better than anything on your goddamn box.
Yo, shout out to I forgot his name, Sincere, I think his name is on Twitter. He like Nintendo dudes claiming about downgrade, yet they just pay $60 for a game that looked like from the Super Nintendo era, which is Octopath. Have you seen the game Octopath?
Yeah. We gonna talk about
chances are great game, probably great gameplay. But graphically, it's a fucking Super Nintendo game.
I wouldn't go that far. That motherfucker NES game.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But listen to be fair. Hold on. Von Lamont, they said God of War, Detroit got downgrades too. These Xbox never learned. All the people who are actually playing the game said they didn't get a downgrade. You know what? Like I said, you got to realize this too. And I've learned to this. Like I said, this little Nintendo guys, I just hold them to a different standard. They don't, bro. Look, the fact that again they hyping up Octopath Traveler looks like a fucking $10 indie game. That lets you know something. But this is crazy as hell though. This is like he said. This is asinine.
It's asinine.
This is asinine.
That's why, like Nintendo, I don't listen to them when it comes to graphics because they ain't about that.
I think it sucks again that you have to choose. Well, this gameplay will grab. I want both.
You get both, and they're a game that does both. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I want my pie in the sky. You mean
Look at The Witcher 3. That's gameplay and graphics.
Yes, sir.
You know, Grand Theft Auto franchise. There's a lot of games that have gameplay and graphics. Almost a lot of the good games have both. Resident Evil gameplay, has graphics and gameplay. Halo, Gears, Uncharted, The Last of Us, God of War. So it's not a new concept where in order to have good gameplay, you have to sacrifice on graphics. That's not true at all. There's tons of examples. Even Assassin's Creed. You know what I'm saying? There's tons of Battlefield.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's tons of games that are big, open world, graphically beautiful, and the gameplay is great. So you can have both, and that's what. And you and I are both the same way. We want both.
Yeah, I want my
partners. We want both.
So I don't want to die to go to heaven. I want my heaven right here. I want Earth, bro. I want it right here. It's my money, and I want it now. The income tax commercial. It's my money, and I green. Oh, I'm bugging. Stop.
But on the real, this Spider-Man, I'll be honest. I haven't seen a game that did so much in terms of hype, on both sides of the fence. Because this shit is fucking crazy, From everything, from the hate to the hype, shit's like on a whole new level, bro. This shit is big. Like even God of War with the boy and they changing it. Even that game didn't get this much attention on both sides. This shit is huge.
Hey, bro, listen. Let me tell you how big Spider-Man is, bro, and what we're dealing with right now. And it's such a phenomenon that it is. Spider-Man is so huge. You have the Xbox community that once hated on that game. No, it's not the same. You can't jump. It's a Rise knockoff. And now they're saying there's no way that Spider-Man can ever touch God of War. Like, this is how spooky this shit is, bro. The Spider-Man, the God of War is their game of the generation. There's no way the Spider-Man is coming close to this. And this is how spooky this shit is, bro. You know what I mean? God of War went from being a Rise on the Room knockoff to being the game of the generation. You know what I mean? So Daddy Daycare, Daddy of War, all that shit to know no way in hell that Spider-Man can touch it. Again, I'm predicting this here that I do see that I do think that Spider-Man will maybe outsell God of War.
I think so now too, bro. Because there's people talking about this game that it's crazy, bro. That shit's on my timeline. I'm like, I don't even know this dude.
Yeah,
I don't even follow you. How the fuck you end up on my timeline? It's crazy, bro. This Spider-Man. This shit is big, bro. This shit is super big. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy big.
It is. I ain't gonna lie. This is just ingenious of Sony. Just being. And again, I'm gonna ask you a question, P Rock. You know what I mean? Your boy was a diehard Xbox guy. You say bleed green.
Yeah.
At this point, don't get me wrong. Everybody, not everybody, but I guess the way the history tells, the history repeats itself, right? Nintendo kind of they were so dominant during the NES and maybe some would argue say the Super NES, right? To kind of losing their way, right?
Yeah.
And again, maybe us just showing our age and I tell people all the time that people and this one I hate arguing with these new Nintendo fans arguing me down. Nintendo's never been about the power. It's always been about it's a motherfucking lie. The Nintendo 64, you know what I mean? They've always been about.
It was more powerful. Yeah, it was more. Hell, in fact, up until the Wii, everything prior to that
more powerful than everything.
It was more powerful than everything. GameCube was more powerful than the PS2.
Yeah.
N64 was more powerful than PS1, and Super NES was more powerful than Genesis.
Yeah.
And the NES was more powerful. In fact, Nintendo was. They even said it. That was their moniker. Yeah, now you're playing with power.
Yeah, now you're playing.
That was their moniker. They said it. Now you're playing with power.
You're showing your age there, but again. A lot of, like I said, arguing going back and forth with a lot of these newer guys. I'm not saying remember when gaming was good. I'm not even coming off like that. I remember when gaming was great in the good old days. I'm telling you something for fact. This is something new that they're doing. They've always been about having all the games on their platform. You know what I mean? Now
I remember the Tyson commercial when he was playing for Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and then they made a song. Yep. You're playing with power while he was playing Punch Out.
It's always been about that performance.
Yeah.
So, but again, like I said, I look at them as like I said, a rare breed, right?
Nintendo changed their tune though. They transitioned themselves and somehow convinced their audience that buying a Nintendo product, you're buying it because of Nintendo games and not to play games in general.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they did. Because I think Nintendo themselves, either they don't know how or they don't care to try to cater to third party.
Okay. Here's a question.
I don't know why. Either they don't know how or they just don't give a fuck.
Let me ask you
Either way, they care more about their own properties and to make sure their properties sell and their platform sells for their own. they convince gamers, if you buy Nintendo, you're not buying it to get the complete gaming experience. You're buying it to play Nintendo games.
Okay.
You're buying it to play the games we tell you to play on this platform.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Question. Just say it because what's the guy that passed away? What's his name? I watching.
Oh, Iwata.
Yeah, he said that themselves that Nintendo does a horrible job as
Yeah.
And they were still competing with 64 with the GameCube. That was something it is. And then when the Wii came out, believe it or not, the Wii was supposed to be an attachment for the GameCube. Right?
Yeah.
But when the Wii came out, they just really said we're going to really start doing our own thing. Their policies have always been very strict, but they really just went Nazi with the Wii, just totally went fucking left, right? Do you think? Because again, they're still because they're in. I'm saying Nintendo's the only one I think can maybe survive on his own. Doing what to do. And the reason why I said because I'm not going to try to be biased. They don't make big games like Spider-Man or they do the same two-step. What was the Mario? You can put Mario in Brooklyn. Mario now riding it's still fucking Mario. You know what I mean? Mario down riding in a camel and Sunset Mario also is still fucking Mario. Same goddamn game. Same formula, right? Breaking bricks, hopping on King Koopa's head, Turtle's head. Same shit, right?
Yeah.
Do you think if they were still trying to compete, would they still be as successful as they are doing what they do? Or do you think they would have, went the way of Atari?
I don't know if they would have went the way of Atari, but I don't think they would be as dominant as they are now. I'll be honest, because you saw it. You saw every console since the NES, they were selling less and less and less.
Because their policy not willing to.
Yeah, their policies. Yeah. If they change their policies to where when they make a console, right, they actually get input from the third party industry, like, hey, what are you guys doing? Because we want to make sure our platform can get the games you guys are making. What type of platform? What are the policy? What are the stuff? Right? Okay. So boom. They make a console built with, the input of the industry. So now you get the Call of Duties, you get the Red Dead, you get everything, right? On the Nintendo platform, right? Now it becomes a fight of you got 3 platforms, and of course you got 4 with PC, but you got 4 platforms, right? Each one gets all the multiplats. So now it's an even playing field for the most part. Of course, there's going to be arguments between the hardcore and the better version, but generally, as we can see, people are going to play their multiplats where they want to at the end of the day, right? So all 4 platforms got the multiplats. Now it becomes a fight on how you differentiate.
Hold on one second. I got to raise my level. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay, go.
Yeah. Now you got to differentiate on what platform. Do you want to play Call of Duty alongside with Halo? Do you want to play Call of Duty alongside with Uncharted? Or do you want to play Call of Duty alongside with Mario?
Hold on one second.
That's where the battle lies, right? Okay. Nintendo, they went away from that, and now they put their focus on, hey, it's all about Nintendo. You buy a Nintendo product, you paying specifically Nintendo. And for some reason, it works. Just as long as you don't do no weird shit, like Wii U was an abomination. Nintendo really fucked up. I also think Nintendo needs a gimmick. I don't think Nintendo can just straight up sell a console just for the sake of a console. There has to be something more than just Nintendo games. Because you saw the Wii U. Wii U bombed. They fucking did terrible.
Yeah.
The Wii, took off like hotcakes. The Wii U bombed, but now the Switch is taking off like hotcakes. Why? Because there has to be something more than just that. The Switch taking off because there's gaming on the go. You get to play Zelda and all this stuff on the go.
Yeah.
That's this gimmick.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
All right, hold on.
I think Nintendo needs gimmicks.
Ladies, do I sound? You guys can hear me better now? I turned my levels up on my mic.
Why? They saying you can't hear you?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me fine. Okay, what's going on, everybody? Okay, let me ask you a question. Imagine this. Imagine how successful the Switch would be or could be if I can have those same games that we're playing now,
along with the Call of Duties,
and all that stuff on the go, without how you say the downgrade. Or the sack, the performance. I'm not even to frame just talking about looking like in the video in cage, goddamn console. Imagine how successful they would be or could be.
Probably more, because I know a lot of people.
I
seen PlayStation fans and Xbox fans saying they're wishing that Xbox or PlayStation had something similar, because they would love to play their Xbox games on the go or PlayStation games on the go. Me, I'm different. I'm not really like. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm not a go gamer. Like,
I'm not either.
Like once I walk out the door, I don't game. Like I'm outside.
Yeah.
Whatever I go outside for is probably because it's something other than gaming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a big, like if I bought this, like eventually I'll get the Switch. I'm just gonna leave it docked.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna take it out of the docking station because I'm not gonna play it on a small ass screen.
Yeah.
I personally was never on the Go gamer. I would not like Sony to go that route. I hope they don't go that route.
Yeah.
They just need to stick with the traditional console as they normally do, because as you can see, as long as Sony's focused on a traditional console, they don't do no bullshit worrying about movies or fucking trying to come out with a custom processor, any this dumb shit. You put your money behind a console so you can make great games, and you put, you get your third-party games because you got to have them. You cut out your marketing deals because you got to have that too, and you come out with your exclusives, and people will buy your shit. End of story.
Yeah,
I don't think that's ever going to change.
It's not. I don't get me wrong. I love gaming. I love coming here discussing games. But I'm outside the street. I got my head on the swivel. I ain't thinking about, I'm looking. I mean, I'm old, man. I'm looking both ways before I cross the street, crossing the green, away in between. I'm not gaming on the go. But if I would have one, it will be just docked, and hooked up to the TV. You know what I mean? But like I said, they're in a very unique place. But like I said, since the last time that I spoke to you, which was last Sunday, we had Gamescom.
Yeah.
And my God. I said all wells ends well. Listen, real talk, subjectively, outside of character, but what's your thoughts about the show?
That shit was terrible. I mean, let's be honest. They shouldn't even have had a show. There's no point. Like, no one watches a show just for controllers, bro. Like, like big reveal. Like, do we really need a big reveal of a controller and design? Like, that's not big reveal stuff. That's like, like PlayStation. PlayStation's doing it too, right? They have their orange and black controllers and all this weird shit, right? But it's just a tweet. Sony puts out a tweet, hey, new controllers, and then that's it. Like, you read the tweet or not. These guys have you sitting around for an hour on a show, and they be like, oh, hold on, we got a big unveiling. And it's a fucking PUBG controller. Like an hour of this shit? Mm-hmm. Like, it's just not good. Like, what are they doing, bro? Like, these guys, you don't have to have a show if you're not going to really show anything worth of value. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, that would have been like, I don't understand. Like, Crackdown's supposed to be coming in February. And they still didn't show it. Like, when are they planning to show this game? When are they planning to show the game that's going to release in February? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what they needed to do. Like, you didn't show it at E3 for whatever reason. Cool. Hey, Gamescom's coming. We got to show it then because we're planning to sell this game in February.
Yeah.
They didn't show it.
And this is, the last big show for the public. Hold on, my man Chaz said, let's not forget the Nintendo forecasted 25 million shipped this year. They're trending under 10 million. The way things are going, they may not work this whole gen for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we just have to see play by ear because
Listen, don't get me wrong. You got Pokemon, that's going to be huge.
Yeah, Pokemon and Smash Bros. is going to be huge. Yeah. I think they're going to be huge. And here's the thing: the current first party they have out now still sells because people are buying the platform because of those games. So, like the people who don't have Switch, when they buy the Switch, they're buying the Switch because they want to play Breath of the Wild. They want to play Mario Kart. They want to play somewhere. That's why those games constantly sell month to month to month. That's why you always see those games on MPD, because all the people who buy the Switch are buying it because they want to play those games. That's why Mario is always on fucking MPD every month, or Zelda's on MPD every month, because when they buy a Switch, that, you know what I'm saying? Because in reality, there's no new game that's really taking over, because those games are still the very best Nintendo has. Like, if you look at PlayStation, right? At one point, Bloodborne was the best game PlayStation has, right? So when people were buying PlayStation at that time, they would buy Bloodborne, but now that's not the case no more. Yeah. Anybody who's buying a PlayStation now ain't buying it because of Bloodborne. They're buying it because they want Spider-Man or they want God of War. Same thing with Xbox. Like when Xbox was launching, people were buying Xbox because of Titanfall, Sunset Overdrive, some games like that, or even Halo 5. People ain't buying Xbox to play Halo 5 now. Anybody who's buying an Xbox One is buying it because of the shit you're getting now. Does that make sense? That's what Sony and Microsoft does. Every year, there's a bigger, blockbuster, newer game that replaces what we had before. Nintendo, technically, right now this year, what game did Nintendo come out this year that's bigger than Zelda and Mario, which came out last year? They don't have it. They have nothing big. Mario and Zelda is still the biggest games they have. So when people buy a Switch, they're going to get the biggest game currently. And that's what they have. That's why that game will sell over and over. Now, when they release the next Mario and the next Zelda, or even Super Smash Brothers, bro, when those games come out, then those will replace the older shit. if that makes sense.
Yeah, hold on. Shout out to Carlos Fernandez. He said these Xboxes out there, somebody gonna pick up NBA Live from Spider Man. Like shit.
Oh, that's smooth, bro. Smooth, funny,
Yeah,
bro.
smooth another planet, man.
No, smooth. When he says, he's canceling Spider-Man pre-order to play live, I'm like,
Oh
oh
shit,
shit, bro.
he
Like,
out there.
yo,
He out
I
there.
don't know, man. Like, he is the best bot, bro. Because god damn, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's some funny. I mean, I know he's trolling to get a rise, but god damn, bro.
Uh,
Like if you get somebody who doesn't know what's going on, right? They're not really into the crumb side, and they see that tweet, he's gonna be like, yo, who the fuck is this guy?
yeah.
Yo.
Yeah,
Yo, even EA, because he added EA,
uh,
I guarantee even EA's like, shit, we playing Spider-Man. Oh shit.
but use like I said, the show, but a few, I guess not want to say a few things, but some more news came out from or rumors came out from the Microsoft camp. We have Xbox All Access. Access. I want to get your thoughts about that. Project Scarlet being announced as early as this week. It's coming up. Hey, first of
Let
all,
me ask you something before we move on games. What you thought about Gamescom? Because I know you saw your live from you with Xbox being your preferred platform.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on Gamescom?
My thoughts. Do you hear me in the back? It's horrible. I'm gonna be honest with you with what I think Microsoft needs. They need new talent, not fresh blood. My man Major Nelson, they ain't the answer no more. So where you need it, they need what make the 360. Let me tell you what make the 360 so popular or hot or that in console because they had the Jay Allens, the Robbie Batches, the cool hip guys. The guys they got out there now, my man with the funeral director suit and all that shit. There's a huge disconnect. You understand between them and their audience that they're trying to appeal to or they're trying to get that are on board. They already got the Tim Dogs in them. They already got them right. But now, like I said, gaming is a big demographic. You want to try to get this younger crowd. And their shows that they're showing or trying to put up, they're just not entertaining. I thought Nintendo had the worst shows in the world. Those directs, my God. Like, the Nintendo directs are horrible. And those inside Xbox shows are just threading on that because like, I don't. What are they for? You're not showing any. Listen, Gamescom was so bad, or either lack of content. They were talking about Recore. You're still talking about PUBG. You're still talking about fucking Sea of Thieves. You know what I mean? Nothing new. Nothing. I understand that you just bought 5 brand new studios, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 children. You just bought 5 brand new studios, right? Show us some concept art, some sketches on the gut, something. You know what I mean? Something to build up hype and to get people excited about what's to come to your platform. It's like they don't get that. Sony does it all. I'm talking we didn't see Dreams and I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Something. And again, this is the question to flip back to you. Do you think that Sony is just overall right now are just better at the gaming business and Microsoft is still learning? Because I don't like to me, I could say what like this is a no brainer. This is what you should do. And I understand gaming is much bigger than me, right? Or others. Was there, so Microsoft just can't cater to you, and they should just cater to motherfuckers like me because again, I'm going to outspend any goddamn cash. I'm going to go out there and buy all the controls, buy all the goddamn games, I'm going to buy everything, right? But they just seem like they're just so out of touch. Like, what are your thoughts?
You brought up a good point. Like, let's talk about one thing. They rehashed, like you said, they still talking about Sea of Thieves. They talked about PUBG, right? They talked about things that are already out. So my first question, this was a good point. So if we take it back to E3, right? A lot of Xbox fans did not like PlayStation E3 because they're still they primarily talked about games that were already talked about. Now, granted, we didn't play them, because they talked about Spider-Man, they talked about Days Gone, The Last of Us, right? Yet you didn't hear no backlash for Microsoft re-talking about games, not future games, but games we already have in the house. Because everybody already has PUBG. Everybody already has Sea of Thieves and shit like that, So why are they still talking about shit we're already playing? Like, why release a PUBG custom controller now? That's something should have been done day one when the game launched on the X. Now you release a custom PUBG controller, 9 months later? When did the game come out? November?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like this is 9 months later. Like, why didn't you do that when you created the Xbox One X PUBG bundle? That's the perfect time to release PUBG controller. Like, you're like 8 months late.
I've said that they're always a day late and $1 too short.
Yeah, and it's not hard to create. Like, you saw the controller. All it is like camo and the word PUBG on the back of it. Yeah. They could have done that shit in December. Yeah. Like, hey, we got the exclusive, Xbox One X PUBG custom console with PUBG controller, and maybe even the console itself designed in the same color. Yeah. 8 months ago. We're talking 8 months back. They're doing this shit now in August. Like, why are we still talking about PUBG and custom anything 8 months later? When most people probably don't, some people moved on from PUBG. You know what I'm saying? They're playing Fortnite or whatever.
Hey, bro.
It's
like, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I don't understand. Nobody said nothing.
Yeah. It's
nobody.
Who's in charge of that now? Like, whose job is it to go out there and engage what the consumer wants? Or because again, you have Sony who doesn't say shit, or Nintendo doesn't say anything to their fans. And Microsoft does all the talking in Xbox Live parties, and they're just so fucking clueless. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand gaming is his business and they, services and all that shit, which I don't have a problem with. I don't. I'm not one of those Nazis games. I don't, bro. It is what it is. The way of the business, how they make their money. I'm not knocking it, right? But it's just like, again, and I don't always say like I'm always just shitting on the Xbox, but where you have to, how you say, sometimes you have to be honest, and
if you got herpes, you have to admit you got herpes.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Antibiotics.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
You know what I'm saying. You need to get the antibiotics.
Yeah. It's called Valtrex. You know what I mean. Making your bad case diarrhea. You need some Valtrex, right? Yeah, but you have to be honest. And when you're just so negative now, I used to like to enjoy your shows. Yeah, but you know what I mean. You gotta realize shows are entertainment. You like me when I'm out there in character, doing my stick and cutting the fuck up and dying. Right. I understand that. But I am a consumer and I'm a gamer and I'm literally, bro. And again, we've had conversations in the past. When the camera's off, I've always said, yo, shit look kind of spooky over here. What the fuck are they doing, bro? You know what I mean? Thing.
People don't, like, if people, they enjoy your content. I mean, everyone enjoys your content. Let's cut the bullshit. You have one of the most entertaining shit. Because everything else is, like, boring. Everybody's trying to be, like, CNN documentary. It's like, okay. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, put a little pizzazz. Put some spice in this motherfucker, right? But anyway, back. When you out there doing your Godfather thing, Microsoft was giving you the ammunition to do so.
Yeah.
They were giving you the games. You were out there being like, yo, Xbox got more AAA exclusives than PlayStation. Because at the time it was true. You were naming these games. And that's what you were doing. We playing the games. Because, at the end of the day, power or no power, you will always, me and you are the same.
Yeah.
We want the games at the end of the day. Because, you can have all the power in the world, but if you ain't got shit to play, the fuck is the point of the power then? And you were hyping power. You were hyping games. Microsoft was delivering the games, right? And that was the message you sending. Now, all of a sudden, the message flipped, and now you had a choice. You either backtrack on what you've been preaching for 3 years, or you keep it real and be like, yo, you ain't got games.
Yeah.
And you decide to keep it real. Other people decided to backtrack.
Yeah.
Now it's about the power. Now people are graphics connoisseur.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, wait.
Now all of a sudden everybody's a graphics connoisseur.
Yeah. Now they count frames and pixels.
Now everybody's eyes got better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody got their LASIK surgery.
Yeah, my message hasn't changed. I just get on Sony about the that. It's always been the same.
You doing your message. What people don't notice, your message ultimately stood the same. Yeah. You're not gonna hype Tropico 5 in fucking Phantom Dust original assets. No. It doesn't matter who's doing it. You're not hyping Tropico 5 and Octodad, no matter who does it. You want the big AAA games. You want them bangers. It's just so happened that it's PlayStation doing it. Xbox failed to keep up. But your message is the same. Like, if you take next gen from 2014 and you take next gen from 2018, y'all saying the same shit. Yeah. The only thing is the platform switched.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you want big, like you say, you want American pie, fat asses, and fast cars.
Yeah.
You say that all the time.
Yeah.
You want fat asses, fast cars, and American pie.
Yeah.
Apple pie. That's what you want.
Yeah.
It's just so happened the platform switched on who's delivering. Mm-hmm. Now, you thought with the X Microsoft was going to double down because that's the assumption. Because when you think about it, you make new hardware, you have to have something cooked up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might not get it day one, but within a year, something big is going to come out. Because because you release new hardware. It doesn't make sense to release new hardware and you show nothing for it within a year.
Hey, bro, just think about that. Gamescom, they're out there talking about Recore. PUBG still. I find, you know what I mean? Like, not what? Why do the show if you don't have any announcements?
I don't know, man.
That's what I said. Is Phil a fucking double agent, bro? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
That motherfucker took a picture with the PlayStation sign. I was dying.
Hey, bro, listen.
And I know that's I know we just doing this for crumb side shit. But MM2K was mad.
Yeah, my man. Shout out to Mighty Moss.
Shout out to Mighty Moss. He was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
This motherfucker out there smiling. I'm like, and I'm fucking with him. I'm like, bro, who you want to take a picture with? The Cleveland Browns or the championship Eagles? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to take a picture with the Browns.
Hey, bro. Like, yo, man, that's what I'm saying, right? And I always got, this is always my disclaimer. I always say you'd be surprised to watch this show. And, even what they was talking, this is what was told to me, more or less, from somebody over there. They were having a meeting over there at Redmond. And, Zaire, he's a character, and he's really, got lit the fire up under their ass about, the lack of, first party, exclusives, right? Kind of, and they brought up some of the shows, and, I had to think, and, this was told to me from somebody over there. He doesn't have a reason to lie, but it is what it is, right? Started the conversation, and even they said they didn't realize it was just that bad. And I'm like, how, Sway? How could you not know? You know what I mean? What do you mean there's consequences behind killing a god? How do you know? Like, how do you not know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you not know you was going to lose the box?
I know Phil's all friendly-go-lucky. But, like, here's the thing. Like Yoshida doesn't say shit, bro. Like, he really ignores the public.
Bro.
He might make it like right now to this day. The only tweet people could pin Yoshida on is the 1080p makes you a better gamer, and that shit was almost 5 years ago.
Hey, bro.
Think about it. The only thing you can say about Yoshida was 1080p makes you a better gamer. Hey, that shit's almost 5 years old. There's nothing else on the dude.
Hey, bro.
Like Phil got something every single year.
No, every single night.
Almost every single month.
Bro, when he get off work, he's in the parties. They out there motherfucking sharing, cruising the ocean, playing Sea of Thieves together, Destiny. That's what I'm saying. You have one company that doesn't say anything. Then you have another company that says everything, that talks to their fans every day, which I think is dope. That's cool. If that's your thing. You want to go out there and play with an Xbox is that, or an executive of your preferred platform, most of the time you can catch Phil out that motherfucker, playing whatever goddamn game it is, right? And he, hop in the party with him, right? And if that's your thing, we're not knocking those that do it. That's never really been my thing, but who knows, right? I'm not taking a shot at anyone, right? But my thing is, how could you be so clueless? Now we can go back and say that. Let's talk about the boogeyman effect. Where we say, Terry Myerson cut the budget, right? Or they didn't have money for this. We're talking about Microsoft. The fact that you put the word budget with Microsoft budget soft sounds crazy as hell. You know what I mean? Again, you have Sony, who are out that motherfucker selling Chinese fans with Martin Luther King on the front of that motherfucker during Black History Month. Literally. And it mentioned a black church back in the day, they got the fans with Martin Luther King in front of them. They out that motherfucker selling Chinese fans with motherfucking Martin Luther King in the front of that motherfucker during Black History Month, right? You know what I mean?
These dudes are selling buildings.
You know what I mean? And again, and I give credit what credit is due. For them to double down on themselves. How could you tell me they didn't have the budget for this or the budget for that, right? But you gave me 95 fucking controllers. I got the Elite controllers. I even got a controller for a motherfucker with a club foot and 3 fingers. No, listen,
that's a different budget, Z. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm just saying, though. I'm saying. And I ain't trying to be messy. Hey, bro, I'm not even trying to be messy. But I said you got shit for the diabetics. You got shit for motherfuckers in the Special Olympics. Where's the shit for the streets?
And I'm saying it's a good program. That whole custom controller program.
I'm not knocking it.
I know it's a good,
but gaming is a very selfish goddamn hobby. Where's mine? It's my money and I want it now. What do you mean there's consequences of killing a god? How do you know? I'm saying.
Yo, on the real, great program, right? Yeah. But you cannot tell me that program is not expensive. You know what that is to be able to you know what that is to be able to cater to consumers, to design their controllers, and people in Europe could do it. Whoever the fuck, doesn't matter where you are in the world, you could log onto this website, design your controller in multitudes of colors. You could put fucking, my fucking balls is large, whatever words, your birthday, anniversary, you do all this shit, and Microsoft will build it and have it shipped to you. The infrastructure to do that, they had to spend money on that. Because that's not, you're not doing it off a dude in Chinatown, and making them an order and make him the controller. You have a big infrastructure to knock that out. All those people making, so I guarantee they put money into this program so people could buy custom controllers. So I know the money's there. The money's always been there. I mean, this is a company that's probably the third richest company in the world? It's the third richest company in the world. Sony's like a fraction of the size. The problem is, it's not about how much money you have, it's focus. And Microsoft wasn't focused, man. I don't understand why, because check it. You asked before, is Microsoft more seasoned or less seasoned? I think the big difference between Sony and Microsoft is homegrown talent. They're not trying to hire new motherfuckers in and out to help shape the future. Sony, if you notice, when they relinquish, retire, whatever, saying I'm no longer the CEO, they just pass it down to the guy below them that's been there with them from the start.
Okay.
And I think they understand, like, hey, especially, after the lessons learned of PS3, because they learned from PS3 that, hey, this console, we need to come. And even with PS3, let's talk PS3 real quick. The console, the first 3 years, that shit was getting slaughtered. It was a Blu-ray player for $600. Let's be honest, right? Like Heavy Rain, not Heavy Rain, Heavenly Sword. We both love that game, right? Yes. But we both know that shit ain't a game that sells a $600 console. No. It was cool, but that shit don't, when you coming out with Resistance and Heavenly Sword, and Microsoft's pushing Halo and fucking Gears for $400. We all know why most gamers were buying 360s. But even then, Sony knew to fix this situation, we have to come out with fucking exclusives. We have to come out with games. As bad as we started, they were in that junk bond status. They were triple B rated. You remember that? Mm-hmm. They were triple B junk bond status. Mm-hmm. And everybody in the Xbox community was ragging on them. But even with triple B junk bond status, they gave us Uncharted. They gave you God of War 3. They pushed out Heavy Rain. With triple B junk bond status stock, Sony still saw, regardless of how bad shit is, we got to invest on games. Because if we don't got that, then there's no reason to buy a PlayStation. You understand? So if Sony with triple B rated stock can still push games, there's no excuse for Microsoft. Because Microsoft at no point is triple B junk bond. Their stocks is always high.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
How about this? How about the difference? And we can, and again, I'm gonna be subjective because you can say whoever's more talented. You say tomato, I say tomato, right? Yeah. I'm not even gonna say that, right? That's just my opinion. But what I will say, the difference between the two, is that PlayStation pays the bills. So, the Xbox division is something like when you walk into a barbershop. Sometimes they have the no cursing pot. If you curse, you got to drop $1 in the pot.
Yeah, that's Xbox.
What the Xbox. Yeah, you know what I mean. That's what the how you say.
Or the old ass Pac-Man machine in the back.
Yeah, or that old candy machine with them M&Ms that have been there for 6 years. That's what the Xbox division is for Microsoft in the whole. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I've always said this. You can go back and check my statements, right? That I would rather them spin off the Xbox division, sell it or whatever, if they're going to smother it. Let it, again, I've been saying this is 2013, 2014. At the time, I don't know what they were now, and I really don't care about their money. I think the entertainment division was worth like $24 billion or something, right? More money than Sony and Nintendo at the time. We're just talking about the entertainment division and whatever fell under that. I would rather them have them spin that off and let them go out there and gamble on themselves. You know what I mean? And then to see what they're doing with it. You know what I mean? And again, I remember Phil just also gave an interview. They talking about how the Xbox division wasn't really taken seriously at Microsoft. They had a little office in the back, which may be true. I don't know what's going on behind the scene, but I remember then I see Ballmer and all those guys jumping around on stage, and I felt their enthusiasm. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And I've always said this too, Puerto Rico. Sony kicked Microsoft teeth in last generation, right? Kick they shit in, right? One of them motherfuckers took out all they was with teeth with no anesthesia. But me, I still had faith in the product. You know what I'm saying? To go out there and believe in it. See what they came out there with the 360. I felt the passion. Now I don't know, bro. I'm sit back scratching my head. I'll keep coming back to this. That's like a broken. How the fuck did we get here? Like what? This is what the fuck is Spidey? What's Spidey versus this? What's going on here?
Yeah, because Phil saying it himself is not about the device. He said it himself. Like shout out to King's Thrash Gaming. He's doing the Xbox documentary.
Yeah.
Right? And he put, I think it was documentary number 2, he put an interview where and it was like a business. See, that's why, like, if you want to know the real Phil Spencer, you cannot watch an interview by IGN or GameSpot or Gaming Thing. You have to watch him when he's on Business Money or CNN Money or MSNBC because he's talking to business people. That's the real Phil. That's the real one. That's the one you want to watch. Those are the episodes you want to watch. Because they ask him, I mean, it was one of the Business Insider interviews. He's like, hey, so how important is the Xbox, One X device? He says it's not the device that's important. It's how we get games to people on whatever device they want. He even said it live. The device itself is not important. So Xbox, he'll go on E3 and say it's important. He'll go on IGN, he's important, but he won't go to MSN Money. He won't go to CNN Money. He won't go to Bloomberg Report and tell them that the Xbox One X is important. He won't say that because he knows the audience is about profit, money, and margins. It ain't about a console selling. So he knows the audience he's talking to. He's talking about making money and not so much worrying about the identity of a platform. That's the real Phil. And the reason why we're here now is your head honcho, the guy in charge of Xbox, it's not about the console. It's about Microsoft Gaming and how to get gaming in whatever people's homes, in whatever device they're doing it on. And when you have that strategy, then your console is no longer the main product. It's just a device that's out there. That's really what Xbox is becoming. Especially wait till they push out their cloud gaming shit.
Okay.
Now you can play all these games on tablet.
Okay. We can check. Like it's the last part of the show. We can talk about that. Since you did a video on that Xbox All Access, right?
Yeah.
The rumor that nothing has been confirmed, but this rumor was coming out from very reliable source. But there's smoke, there's fire. For $22 a month, you can have access to Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, and get you an Xbox One S for 2 years. $22 a month.
Yeah. And
your thoughts to that is what?
I think it's a great idea. Like I saw people complaining about it. I'm like, what's there to complain about? One, why the fuck is everybody worrying about other people's money?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if a person doesn't want to buy a gaming console outright for $400 or $300. If their preference is to pay $22 a month or $35 a month, regardless if it ends up more expensive 2 years down the line, it ain't my fucking money. I don't care if the dude spent, and even though I don't think it's true, but let's say if the dude spent an extra $150 extra over time, I don't care. It ain't my $150. It's a great idea because people could jump on, get an Xbox, right? They take an Xbox home, right? Along with Game Pass. So now they have access to tons of games, right? They have Xbox Live Gold, so now they have access to the multiplayer all day one, right in their homes, and all they're doing is paying $22 or $35 a month. That's it.
That's why
that's a great idea. That's fantastic.
I'm with you. I'm always gonna say, with you with that. You even had some Sony guys that didn't like it. But I look at it like this. So coming from where I'm from, that's not even where you're from, but I'm just saying, coming from a poverty-stricken, environment. And just say that, I'm coming home, my buckers got their furniture, even the refrigerator, everything's for renting.
Yeah.
And for $22 a month, because each discount you need online. Maybe this doesn't have value to me now because my Xbox Live doesn't run out until next generation. The games in Game Pass I already own them. But 2 years from now, just say if the new PlayStation comes out November 13th, and the new Xbox Project Scorpio, whatever the hell that's going to be, right? Comes out November 20th, right? Instead of me going out there spending $1,000 up front that I may or may not have, that I can get both consoles. You know what I mean? And I can just pay
$70 a month.
Or $30 a month or whatever.
Yeah, $30. Yeah. Let's say PlayStation and Xbox did it. You could come out with two consoles. Let's say if they have similar pricing, you could come out with a PlayStation 5 and a Scarlet for $70 a month if they priced at 35 apiece.
Yeah.
And you get PlayStation Plus,
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus, you
Whoever,
get
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Gold, Game Pass, whatever the fringe benefits
Yeah.
for $70 a month.
All day. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
So people say, "Well, you're paying $800." No, we're not really,
Who
because
gives a fuck?
but you're still buying the console. They're not really taxed, but the services, which you don't need. I guess we use a PS Now, either Xbox Game Pass. I guess you don't, but you need Xbox Live. You need PS Plus to play online. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so whatever the fuck the case may be. And again, I guess that if it works for the Microsoft. Damn right, Sony's going to follow suit. Look, how about this, right? Because we talked about what do you call it, Xbox Game Pass, right? And people say, "Oh, Microsoft is doing it because the game's not." Whatever the goddamn case may be. One thing I can't say about Microsoft, they're good at making a dollar, right?
Yeah.
Sony has eight. What you think about this? People got a Sony. This one talk about something. Sometimes you have to. You can be a fan of a product, but it's still a business at the end of the day. And I don't give a fuck how much you love Sony. Sony doesn't love you back. It's about a dollar. Don't ever forget that, right?
Yeah.
Sony has, let's say, 80 million PS4s out there in the wild, right? We all can agree that PS Now has not been a commercial success. It's not.
No,
Whether it's from the pricing or the performance. Only motherfucker I know that hyped up PS Now was motherfucking Hip Hop Gamer and Jabari. The only two Hip Hop Gamer said that PS Now was better than Xbox by compat, and Jabari. The only two motherfuckers in the history of motherfucking mankind that ever hyped up motherfucking PS Now. But imagine if Sony changed his route and say this. That now, day and date, that, whether it be, what do you call it, God of War or whoever, the hell, for $15 or whatever, 10 months away, all their exclusives will be in there day and date. You not stream them, you get to download them to your Xbox. I would get PlayStation Now. Because I don't have all those fucking PlayStation exclusives. So imagine, I understand that, and people are still going to go, those games are still going to sell well. You know what I mean? Yeah. And as much, when you say, God of War may sell 10 million copies, right? 10 million times $60 is what, Puerto Rock? What, 600 million, right?
600 million, yeah.
Imagine if you have at least 30 million of your people that owns your consoles giving you $10 to $15 a goddamn month.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money that is?
That is huge. Like, I would sign up for it too. If it's, like I said, I'm not streaming shit. But I would buy it because you're going to buy at least 2 PlayStation exclusives a year. So, like, if it's 120 a year.
It pays for itself.
Yeah. I would fucking buy it, because that's just 2 games a year. So if you buy more than 2 PlayStation games a year, you're making your money back. Plus whatever other shit they decide to pull, the indies, shit that you would never, Yakuza, whatever the fuck they add to that system. It would be huge and stuff like that. My only concern, because so far I'm seeing it from Microsoft at this point in time, is the level of quality of the games they make in the future, simply because you're only paying $10 a month. That's my only concern. I mean, it's not saying that Microsoft is there yet. That's my only fear, that because they're putting their big blockbuster games on Game Pass, they're not gonna. How can I say? They're not gonna give it.
You think they would do that?
I would be nervous if they did that. You know what I'm saying? Like since God of War is gonna be day one on a $10 platform. But we don't have to make. They could downgrade the game a little bit.
I look at it like this, right? And I give them credit. They don't have their talent right now. I mean, whatever the case, they did buy some talent. But if they're investing billions of dollars in this thing, and again, I hope not. You know what I mean? I don't see them doing this. But for Xbox or Xbox Game Pass, for it to truly be a success, you're gonna need the software there.
Yeah.
You're gonna need the quality shit there. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest. I think Microsoft's strategy, because somebody I forgot who was in Twitter. Somebody made a good point. No company is in a boardroom deciding what features, what programs, what applications, what services are there with the thought of it being consumer friendly. Nobody goes, "Hey, let's do this because this is consumer friendly." They make decisions, like you said. How can we get $1 out of this? You understand what I'm saying? That's ultimately how they decide things. We're going to do this program because this program will bring us $1. We're going to unleash this program because this program brings us $1. I think ultimately that's what they do. No, I don't think any of the board members sit down and they try to think, what consumer-friendly features can we create for our audience? I don't think they do that. I think ultimately it's all about the dollar. And I think things like Game Pass or this program All Access, I think these are their alternate ways to bring in money in ways they're not getting because, like for example, Sunset Overdrive, Recore, whatever. All these games, because a lot of Xbox first party published games didn't sell well. You understand what I'm saying? Unless it was Halo or Gears or Forza, everything else pretty much was a dub.
Shit was a
So
dub.
huh?
Shit was a dub.
Yeah, and pretty much when you look back, now that we can look back retrospectively, almost every big game Microsoft released, other than the title of Halo or Gears or Forza,
Hey,
was a
bro, I'm
dub.
gonna take it one
Come
step
on.
further. I don't think they
Dead
really.
Rising 3, Recore, Quantum Break. It's just
I
consistent
like
dubs.
yeah.
Consistent L's
Yeah.
over and over and over. Like, yeah, we were out there hyping it because of the quality. I ain't gonna say we were out there, you were out there, the Xbox team were out there because even though it didn't sell well, you at least had a game to play. You know what I'm saying? It's better than what PlayStation was doing
At the time.
during the first 3 years. You at least had something to play. Even though it wasn't a big seller, it wasn't the same reaction we're getting from Detroit, God of War, Spider-Man, but you had something. You had something more than multiplats, which is the ultimate endpoint. But now that 4 years have passed, all these games were not big hitters, right? So how do you take games that aren't big hitters and trying to find an alternate way to make $1 off it? And I think Game Pass is that answer. If people are not going to buy it in the stores anyway, will they be willing to play these games for $10 a month? And I think that's Microsoft's answer. And I think that's the same thing with All Access. I think it's an awesome idea. Why? When was the last time Microsoft won an MPD? That shit was October 2016. So Microsoft's like, wait, all right, we've been at this for almost 5 years. We about to step into the new next gen. It could start as early as 2019, maybe 2020. I think 2020 the latest. I think by 2020, we play new consoles, right? So check this. The generation is almost over. It could kick off. Think about it. Next year, we could be buying new consoles for both Xbox and PlayStation. No more than 2020, right? So that means there's still a lot of Xbox One consoles and One X consoles out there because they're not winning MPDs. So these things are not selling at a high volume. They're generating more revenue because, the One X is $500. So like one X is like the purchase of 2 PlayStation Slim consoles or 2 Xbox One X consoles when those consoles are only like $200, $250. So One X, you're bringing in $500 a pop, but they're not bringing in huge volume, right? So now they're thinking, all right, the gen's almost over. We have all these consoles. How can we get more consoles out before we start hyping Scarlet? How can we get these consoles into consumers' hands because once you start hyping console Scarlet and even PlayStation, whatever the fuck project they're calling it, the console sales are going to drop because now consumers are going to want the new shit, right? So before this new shit gets officially unveiled, how can we get the shit we got now out into the hands of consumers? You know what? Fuck it. Let's do this all access program. Because even with this all access program, it's a risk. Microsoft's taking a risk. Why? Boom. You sell an Xbox One X for $35. You know how motherfuckers is with the iPhones. Mm-hmm. They go into fucking, Sprint store back in the days. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Give me an iPhone for $35. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2-year contract. Once they walk out the store, they ain't paying no goddamn monthly fee. They got a free iPhone. They could give a fuck about their credit. Mm-hmm. Fuck my credit. I live in the projects. I wear fucking Jordans and I rock iPhones. I ain't buying no house. Mm-hmm. I'm going to die in the projects. So Microsoft is running a little risk that they launch One X's for $35 a month, but the motherfuckers ain't sticking with the plan.
You understand what I'm saying? I think they probably where I think they probably would do it. They probably have some DRM or something. If you don't make your payment, your console won't come on. Something, you know what I mean?
I think they'll shut down your Game Pass and Xbox Live. That's obvious. They'll shut down your account, right? But then nothing will stop you from buying a new account.
I think they probably shut. I think they probably shut the goddamn console.
If they have a method to shut down the console, that shit will be crazy. I mean, but they would need to do something like that, where if the payment didn't come in, they send the signal to the console, and now every time you turn it on, even if you turn it on offline, a message says this console has been locked. Please contact Microsoft support services to get your console unlocked. You know what I'm saying? They would have to do something like that because they can't be giving away free consoles for $35. That's just going to make shit worse. Mm-hmm. But I think that's what this All Access program is about. It's about trying to push as much consoles out there, especially before the next gen. I don't think they're going to do this program for the new Scarlet. I think they're going to stick with the traditional, here's a $500 console, you need to buy it to play it. But with the older hardware...
But did you hear the new rumors about that? We can definitely close the show with this. The rumors about that, they talking about, let me find the article. $150 if you have the right internet connection, can probably run games better than the X. What
What
how
you talking
they
about? Cloud? You talking about
yeah,
cloud?
how they handle the latency and the
That's
things
not.
that comes the causes the input lag and stuff is the controller input. They're doing all that on the actual device, whereas the the games or whatever the case are just the easy when I say the easy part are just running through the cloud. It's if you have the right connection. You know what I mean, and the things that they have brought behind the scenes, I've also heard about this, but cloud shit, fuck all that. They get it to run as good as what do you call it, like Netflix. You know what I mean? Some people can stream Netflix in 4K, some can't. You know what I mean? No issues. And again, I never heard anyone complain about their bandwidth watching goddamn or data cap rather watching things on Netflix. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna say to be honest with you, if this thing is all subjective, you know what I mean? If they can get it to run the way it's rumored to possibly to run, I can have myself. I have 300 up, 300 down, right? I can have the performance of my X, if not better, for $150. God damn.
I will say this: if they deliver on that promise, then that's fucking amazing. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because at that point, who gives a fuck about disc and all that shit? You
Yeah.
know, you buying your games, the shit's over there, it's on the
Mm-hmm.
cloud, your
Mm-hmm.
save files on the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about fucking hard drives or big box. It's a little stick.
Hey, bro, think about this. Fire sticks have big cable boxes in the hood.
Yeah,
No one has
yeah,
cable anymore. Everybody got a
yeah.
fire
I,
stick.
I got a Fire TV,
Yeah, yeah, man. We'll
and
see. Yeah,
and
yeah,
on the Fire TV, I got fucking every channel.
yeah.
You know, so it in concept it works. Here's why I don't see it as, and this is for any platform. This is why I think Sony has trouble with that shit too, and other shit. Is because unlike movies is a one-way direction. They're just sending you information to you. You understand what I'm saying? Gaming is a two-way communication. You're sending signals to interact with the characters and they're coming back at you. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you add multiplayer on top of that, that's even more information that's up and down, constantly going back and forth. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think we will ever have native. Yeah, I don't think we will ever have cloud streaming match a dedicated console because a dedicated console is doing the work
Oh
right
yeah.
there on the
Okay.
platform.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It
Okay.
could be close. It could be better
Well, I'm
than what
just
we
saying.
have
I'm,
now.
saying, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is this, and I'm just going by what was, float like a butterfly, sting like a rumble, young man rumble, right? I'm just saying if the average Joe Smo can't tell the difference between playing on the Xbox One S or having this, what do you call it, Project Scarlet, or
Yeah. The cloud.
and there's no latency and no. I'm just talking about if it
It'll be
works.
huge. It would be huge.
That's
It would
what
be
I'm saying. You
fucking
know what I
huge.
mean? I
For buck
understand that
50?
nothing would ever be
Yeah,
dedicated
but
hardware.
it would be huge. Like let's say if it's comparable, even if because for 150 bucks you'll accept a certain level of degraded performance. You know what I'm saying? So even for 150 bucks, even if there is some type of degraded performance, people will deal with it because you're only paying 150 bucks. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it will be huge. That style of gaming will be huge. I think. I think it will be huge
I
for
can play
Microsoft.
my kids can play their goddamn
Yeah,
Fortnite, no
you can play
issues.
everything.
Yeah, I'm just saying, that's what's big right now, or
Yeah.
whatever. Like I said, it all depends if it works. And I will say this: Microsoft have been quietly behind the scenes, gobbling up all that cloud shit, whatever. And again, us all, the cloud. No, it's real. You know what I mean? You got some people that who I was talking to last night. Or day before, yeah, it might have been Kratos saying that he has about his laptop and he was playing. I forgot what. If it wasn't Kratos, I do stand. But somebody was saying they was playing something on their laptop and they was streaming, the video shit there, and it was
Yeah.
awesome. You know what I mean? But like I said, if it can work like they're saying or rumored to work, this may be, and again, you can still get the whatever the hell's coming out, Halo 6 or
You
Gears
get
6.
Halo. Yeah, you get all the
Yeah,
games.
yeah,
You get everything. The third party multiplayer, you get everything.
oh yeah,
It'll
yeah,
be huge
yeah,
for only
yeah,
150
yeah.
bucks.
That would should
That shit's dirt cheap. Day
yeah,
one, like you get a brand new next generation platform for only $150. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
I think most people will dig it. I think most people will dig it.
I won't
And the
buy
only
one.
few, the only few that probably won't dig it is like those who play with disc and they have like a backwards compatible disc collection. But that's minority.
Yeah,
That's
I'm just
not.
saying. I
And,
would.
and Microsoft will probably still release a big dedicated console.
Mhm.
Or do you think this is the Scarlet? Like,
No, no,
do
no,
you
no, no, no,
do
no.
you think they won't?
Here's the thing. Phil has already answered this question. So
Yeah.
there'll always be a dedicated console for the
Okay,
enthusiasts.
so then yeah, so
Just
it's
get
an
the actual
option.
MSNBC. There will always be a console for the dedicated, the guys like me or you just want a console or
Yeah,
whatever. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But they looking past us. They're looking to. Myers, your jump child, those upper again.
Yeah,
That's a
that will work.
and like I said, if they can, and I'm just again, it's not saying this is for me or maybe some of you guys in here are that watch 2 hour long podcasts on a Sunday, right? Maybe not be for you, but again, gaming's a big thing outside of us. You understand what I'm saying?
A lot of casuals.
Yeah.
Like there's an uncle who buy his nephew $150 gaming stick
Yeah.
for a Christmas gift.
Yeah, and it works. Yeah, this probably would it probably would be huge for them. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I mean. So I guess it's not all gloom and gloom. So I can always be.
Microsoft has to sell it right though, because at the end of the day,
it has to work. It has to work.
Has to work.
Yeah.
And you have to show the games.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Now here's the thing about that. Now again, the games. I know they said they're not done. But Phil said, okay, he said this on was a CNET interview. They're not done acquiring talent, and this goes back to what I'm saying. Not so much like I said, giving them the benefit of the doubt. I just don't see Microsoft going out and spending billions of dollars and seeing Xbox Game Pass and not having nothing to put in there. That service is not going thrive and survive, but you're having 360 games in there.
Yeah,
it's not going to work.
Yeah, you have to wonder though. We have to. I would say we have to. We just have to look back and be cautious on what type of content. Because if you look at the studios, everybody's like, they bought 5 studios. They bought 5 studios. Let's look at the studios they bought. Right. Obviously, the big one is Playground. Right. That's probably the biggest one out of the 5. They make big blockbuster budget games. Yeah. Playground. Right.
Yeah.
Then they bought the studio that made We Happy Few.
No, forget them.
Look how that game turned out.
I would say the big ones will be
Ninja Theory is huge.
With money behind them. I would say that will be huge.
Ninja Theory is huge.
Playground and the Interactive Initiative. I think those are the 3 big ones.
Interactive Initiative, what did they make?
Nothing. Brand new studio. Supposed to be for quadruple
Okay, so we don't know what type of games they're going to make.
Supposed to be for quadruple
Hopefully, big blockbuster AAA games.
This is what they're saying.
That's what we hope for.
Now,
right?
the studio, Undead, what do you call it? Undead.
Undead Labs?
No, I'm not,
Look what they just released.
Yeah, and the We Happy, those are the 2 low end. But I will give them credit for, like I said, Playground.
Like the 2 big ones for me, like I know everybody keeps saying 5. To me, the 2 big ones is Playground and Ninja Theory.
Check this out.
Those are the 2 ones I have confidence in.
Hey, you know what? I remember this.
Other dudes, I'm not too confident in.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna test your memory. Right, post Puerto Rock. Remember, I got into so much shit. Right, when I said, "What would you like to see?" 343 make outside of Halo. Black Tusk make outside of Gears. And I also said this, right? I get, but I've never claimed to be an industry insider, but
or even Playground. You were advocating
check it out, right?
Playground to create a game other than fucking Forza.
Right? And I said somebody from over there told me, "Hey,
but they're passionate about cars. That's what they do. They love cars."
Hey, but listen. I said somebody.
You said motherfuckers ain't going to college.
No, he said to me, word for word, and I'm like, you added me in school with me. He said I didn't go to school to put myself $100,000 in debt just to make cars on the track. You know what I mean? Wait to see what's coming out next. Now again, it's rumored, heavily rumored that Playground next game is a massive AAA open world, whatever, it's an RPG type game. And again, I didn't say that. I don't say my opinion is my opinion. I never claimed to be. I have no reason to lie about games. Like that's the cheese. I don't give. It's not that serious. Come up making some goddamn lies about some video games. Like that's crazy. Now me trolling in my opinion, I could never be wrong about my fucking opinion. I just didn't come out and say that for a reason. You know what I mean? Just that number. Now
people don't understand that.
But it's crazy. Now they're hyping.
Heard that for somebody. Like someone told you.
Yeah,
and they're still arguing with you.
Hey,
like,
but this,
bro, I'm telling you what a game developer told me.
Yeah, but hey, bro, but again. But you remember this shit I got about.
But they're passionate, G. This is what they love.
Hey, but you remember this shit they got me about the Project Neo was PS4 Neo, and I was lying, bro. I was all types of shit.
Even I ragged on you. I'm like,
bro.
I'm like, who's this cookie face motherfucker talking about?
You what was told to me. Yeah. Now, I ain't gonna, bro. I'm just telling you. I said, listen.
I was listening back then. I'm like, this guy lost his goddamn mind.
I'm telling him what was told to me. Nigga, so I didn't say pick that number for a reason.
Motherfuckers talking about like you were talking. That was like 2014.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, these consoles are not even 2 years old, and he already talking about 4K.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, bro.
I look stupid as fuck.
Yeah, but no, I don't agree. But I'm just saying. But I would. Like you say,
I admit it though. I'm like, you right, Z. You call that
bro.
shit.
But even remember, there's another classic one on multiplayer when I'm saying it right now, man. The scope is gonna be $400. I said, bro, listen, it's gonna be $500 goddamn.
We
console.
both told him that.
$500 goddamn console. You know what I mean? Well, they gotta know it's gonna be $500.
God, I wish we could find the multiplayer podcast. This was like 2016 when they started, when the first Vega and Ryzen started talking about it. This wasn't even multiplayer podcast. This was the I think it was the last time I was on Beachfire, because I'm like, I'm not going on this show no more, because this shit, I'm not gonna spend a year talking about this. When they were talking about Vega and Ryzen and Z and this dude D was talking about it, and I'm like, yo, I don't think this is gonna have Vega, because it doesn't make, I don't see how they can. It doesn't, I was telling D, the math don't line up, because all right, if the console comes out in November 2017, right? I told them, let's pretend Project Scorpio comes out 2017, right? Vega and Ryzen, these shits won't be ready till January, right? Mm-hmm. And I was telling them, Microsoft has to have this shit FCC certified they have to have the console already shipped to the FCC no later than March, because you have to give the FCC 90 days for approval. Mm-hmm. So if the components are made in January, you have to ship the gear in May. You cannot tell me you can build a console, QC it, have it ready in 5 months. And I was telling them this. And I'm like, and I even told them, remember the rumors of Neo going from 4.2 to 5.5? Everybody was like, that's impossible. You need 2 years or a year. There's no way Sony could change it last minute. And I was like, using the same mindset, how can we believe Microsoft is going to produce a console within 5 months? Yeah, you're not gonna have it. Put it out, shut the fuck up, because there's no way you could get 4K with Jaguar. All right, so I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to Beachfire.
Bro, but I'm not so much as that. What's not even forget the FCC and all that stuff. Yeah. That's being too tense. Why it could never happen? Because you have about 3 years of R&D to make sure that box doesn't overheat.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Vega wasn't even out. It wasn't even printed.
But no, you know what?
You just left it printed board for Vega.
Hey, but just keep it as that. You know what I mean? Yeah. That you have. It's not what really takes time when making consoles is the R&D. We all remember the Red Ring of Death. You have at least 2 years or so, 2.5 to 3 years. And that's where all the money comes. It's not so much what they spent with AMD or what they spent. It's the R&D to make sure this motherfucker works when you get it home and how it's supposed to work. You know what I mean? Testing it in all different types of conditions. You just hitting the A button 9 times. Make sure the goddamn 1,000 times. Make sure that's where the money goes into that. You know what I mean? The time and stuff like that. So that it just doesn't make any sense. But but they always. I lie. My integrity sometimes is always up for question. But as far as that, I don't have to reason a lot about no goddamn video games. Like, to me, that's the silliest shit in the world. But I just think it's funny now that everyone's excited about what Playground the next game is going to be. Because before I had the Mom, I'll Please Color Boy, and he was going to render me unconscious. I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm on that pony dust. I'm getting high. I'm hanging out with the ponies. I'm like, oh my god, these motherfuckers here is just weird, bro. How could you ever argue about having more games? These motherfuckers is crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's the digital streets, please, again,
hit
the like button.
Breaking news.
What happened?
There was a shootout at the Madden tournament.
Where the hell was that?
It says right here, because I saw Chris Righteous. Shout out to Chris Righteous. He's in the chat. He said breaking news: Madden tournament got shot up in Florida, and he tagged us in it. So I just went on my phone, and it says right here: Madden tournament mass shooting. Gunman opens fire during live video game streaming on Twitch in Jacksonville. Footage shows 2 young men playing the game as part of the Madden Championship Series at Jacksonville Landing before shots are heard. A professional player in the Madden NFL tournament is believed to have been shot during live Twitch streaming. Reports online claim 4 people have been killed after a gunman opened fire at Jacksonville Landings in Jacksonville, Florida. Police confirmed there has been a mass shooting at the center and warned people to stay away from the area. Footage shows 2 young men playing in the Madden Championship Series when suddenly shots can be heard in the background. The stream cuts out, but the audio is still live, and people can be heard screaming out in pain in the background.
Damn, that's
there's also a tweet from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Says mass shooting at Jacksonville Landing. Stay far away from the area. Area is not safe at this time. Stay away. One person has claimed they were shot in the thumb, and others named a professional gamer, but it's not clear yet whether his family has been informed. Kyrie Curry shared footage, the Twitch stream on Twitter, writing, "Oh my God, someone just shot up the Jacksonville Madden tournament. This is unreal. I hope everyone's okay." Jacksonville police wrote on Twitter, mass shooting at Jacksonville Landing. Stay from away from the area. Yo, that shit is wild, bro.
Yeah, that's a black eye for gaming.
God damn, bro. Oh man, one
That's
shot. Yo, first, if anyone died, my condolences to the family
that's a
because
black eye for
no,
gaming.
no one goes to a gaming tournament thinking you're gonna come out dead, bro.
Wait, hold on. I'm about to bring it up right now. Jesus.
It's on CNN now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, that shit is wild,
That's
bro.
a black eye for gaming, bro. I hate when shit like they always try to blame gaming for anything anyway.
Now they're gonna be like, like they're gonna try to connect this with all the mass shootings on gamers, bro.
Yeah, mass shooting reported at Madden to Polygon. Uh, mass shooting at Madden video game tournament in Jacksonville, Florida. Authorities say.
Yo,
You got the video? What the video? What do you make clip of the video?
I hear it on my phone. Yo, let me see if I could pull it up. I don't know if you want it on your stream though, because this could
Yeah,
potentially
yeah, yeah.
they could potentially demonetize it.
Yeah. Well, I watch it. Jesus Christ. I mean, see,
Yo, but just to hear it though.
I hear it.
Like right now, they're showing the guys playing the game.
Send to me on Facebook. Damn. Was he?
You hear that?
Yeah.
Those are the shots.
Was he? Did they arrest him? Did they kill him?
I don't know. They didn't. The news is still. I'm gonna send it to you on Facebook right now, where I got the news at. Oh shit! This shit is wild, bro. This shit's crazy.
Man,
God damn, bro.
man.
Motherfuckers is just trying to play Madden, bro.
That's wild. That's wow. Jesus Christ. Oh wow.
What?
Damn.
Fuck! What a fucked up way to end the podcast.
Yeah. Damn. 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 This was on Twitch. Yeah. Jesus. Oh man. Wow.
Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus. Oh yeah, well, like I said, I'm sad to say, if you enjoyed the show today, what a way to end the show on a low note. But damn, heart and condolences goes out to the family. Hope no one was killed. I didn't see nobody was killed, were they?
No, they're saying there's like 4 confirmed dead.
Wow. I hope he wasn't a player that lost.
They said that no, the 2 players were playing, and in the background you were hearing the shot. So it was probably a spectator.
Yeah, I'm saying I hope he wasn't someone that lost in the
Oh,
tournament.
early in the tournament.
It came back and said somebody was.
That shit would be that shit. Oh my god. Yo, if it's a dude that lost and got triggered,
Yeah, man.
it's a fucking rap, bro. This shit's gonna send shockwaves.
Yeah, man. Oh man, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, sad way to end the show. But let's see that we enjoyed the show. To support the platform, please hit the like button. Shout out my brother Gaddy Gaming. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Damn, man, it sucks. It sucks, man.
Damn, man. Condolences out to the family. If any of the, fuck, man.
Shout out to Lionel Bolton. Yeah, this is a black eye for gaming and all. We can listen, ladies and gentlemen, talk to my PlayStation brother and the Xbox guys, Switch guys. Even though you ain't got Madden,
we all gonna feel the pain for this one.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. You know what, bro? We just need. I ain't a stickler about taking people rights and stuff, but other countries don't have the same problems. Why is it only us in America?
I don't know, man.
With
I don't
these
fucking know.
I'm not saying
I swear to God, man. I think this country. You know what it is? I'm just gonna give an opinion, but like being here in Germany, because of the way the military bases are, for any major medical treatment, we have to go out in town. We have to use the actual German hospitals. Because we don't like. There's only one big, or maybe not one, but like the nearest big hospital that's military is like 2 hours away. So that's not economical for me to drive back and forth, or to take my wife treatments, stuff like that, to 2 hours away. That's just not how it is. So our health insurance plan that the military provides pays for us to go use the hospitals that are local right here in Germany, right? So when I go to these German hospitals, right, you know what I'm saying? I go inside, and when I'm told everybody's covered, right? They got healthcare coverage for everybody,
Everybody,
right?
yes, yeah.
Yeah, everybody has it. When I go in, it's like the times we went in, not once do I see the emergency room packed. Like I rarely see people in the emergency room, which is weird because you probably go to the emergency room right
Yes.
now in Jersey, that
Yeah.
motherfucker's packed.
Yes, sir.
I could go to any hospital in New York, go inside the emergency room.
Yes,
That
sir.
shit
Yes,
is
sir.
packed.
Yes,
There
sir.
is no day that you will not find in New York, New Jersey, hell, even North Carolina.
Yes, all over
There's not a
America.
day that you will go to the emergency room and that should not be packed, right? So anyway, boom. So I go to the hospitals. It's not that many people. Everybody's being covered. The German doctors are fucking professional. They whatever prescriptions. I mean, it's everything. It's no different than America. I'm like, oh shit. Everything's treated right, right? Okay. In America, because most people don't have access to healthcare, you know what I'm saying? Or because healthcare is treated like a financial commodity. It's like, getting healthcare is like treated like if you were buying a BMW.
Yes.
You have to work for it, right? Instead of something being like a basic right, the way we have police
Yes.
protection, the way we have fire protection, instead of treating healthcare in that same vein as one of those basic things that we get, it's treated no different than an iPhone.
Yes, sir.
Like, oh, why are you getting free healthcare for? You don't work. It's not my fault. You fucking, we treat it as if it's like a purchased goods, right? Like getting an iPhone, the same shit, right? So a lot of people don't have access to the mental health. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, there's a lot of our citizens that are fucked up in the head, and they're not getting treated for it. They're just not, because in order to get treated, you have to pay for it.
Yes.
And most people ain't gonna put in the money to get treated for this shit. So they just deal with it. And then at a certain point, and it could be something simple as you had a bad day at work, whatever. If you have a mental issue, it's only a matter of time before your mind cracks and you no longer rationally think, right? Once you get to that point where you no longer have rational thinking, you end up doing something stupid. Whether it's driving down the highway like that gamer, what's his name? Glitch Gamer, whatever.
Yeah.
Something with a G. He fucking drove in his Ferrari and fucking started driving 100 miles an hour in the wrong direction. It's clear that at a certain point, that dude's mind broke and he's no longer rational. It's just the mental instability we have in this country, and we're not dealing with it, and the politicians ain't addressing it, and it's impacting everything. It's impacting our rights to own a weapon. It's impacting people talking about it's blaming the guns. We're blaming everything, but the system that should be built to help deal with people's mental problems. At no point nobody wants to talk about that, because if we do, now we're talking providing healthcare for everybody, and we're no longer looking at mental healthcare or healthcare in general
as a business,
as a commodity, as business.
Yes,
that's why healthkare is in this country. It's business.
It's business.
It's business.
Let me
Somebody,
tell you
you gotta
something.
pay for it.
Talking to myself as a cancer survivor, not only to talk to you guys too much of my business, but drugs is a big business. Whether it's illegal or legal, we're talking about trillions of dollars, and even healthcare. And we're talking about, again, the wealthiest, almost powerful nation in the world, right? America, right? And again, not to get put this on the whole Donald Trump thing or whatever, right? And I remember when he first, I think me and you may have talked about, not I do apologize, I know talked about somebody. They were talking about rolling back Obamacare, and people with their negative stigma towards Obama. It's not even so much about whether you're a Republican or that you're a Democrat, just because he was a person of color, right? We don't want that Obamacare. It's not even called Obamacare. It's called the Affordable Care Act. You know what I mean? And again, people voted against their own interests because you know we're going to take back Obamacare, and you got them and Trump and those guys because just say if you have a pre-existing condition, whatever it may be, maybe diabetes or maybe you may be whatever, you won't be it will make it you have to have health care. You know what I mean? Forget whether everyone. This is America, supposed to be the most powerful nations in the world. I can sneak my ass into Canada, right, and be seen for free. Europe, you know what I mean? And they're able to do it. But here in America, again, that like you said, healthcare is like, well, it's treated like, how good of a job you have. You know what I mean? Or, or what you're able, like shit crazy as hell. You know what I mean? I don't know what dude's problem was. Maybe this might be, I don't know. But I'm not saying, maybe he didn't have any, I don't know what the hell's wrong with this guy who did this shit to shooting, you know what I mean? But it's crazy. I'm just saying, why do we have so many goddamn mass shootings here? Is it the gun laws or what?
I don't know, man. It's becoming normal, bro.
It has desensitized us to it, right?
Like after the point is like, it's gotten to the point. It's gotten to the point right now that I see on Twitter. As soon as a shooting happens, the first thing people do is protect guns.
Oh, it was,
Like they don't even take the time to just stop and be like, "Damn, man, my condolences to the family. What a try." Not even that anymore. They go right into the debate of guns, anti-guns. It's not even. They don't even take an hour to just like worry about the human side.
yeah,
That's how often it's happening.
yeah.
Like it's happening right now. People are already talking about anti-gun laws and protecting gun laws. It's like goddamn, can we at least show a little respect to the people who got, like is we become desensitized to this shit.
Yeah.
Now it's normal.
Yeah, it is.
It's all part of the plan
I'm not
now.
saying you didn't have shootings before, but I remember that I can recall was the Columbine. With the kids walking to the school and every such is born, and that was like, oh my god,
I was fucking like unheard of.
yeah,
at that
yeah.
point.
I'm just saying, but now it just happens so much. Now, he was bullied as a kid. What are we doing here, man?
Like,
You know what I mean? Like this shit, only in America, man. Before we go, they got and again, you got the little rapper TK from Texas is facing the death penalty. But you have the other kid, and I hate to say, I would hate the question of his integrity. Maybe it's not the content, maybe the color of his skin, who killed 10 kids in that school shooting, who will be eligible for parole in 40 fucking years.
That's fucking
Only in America. But it is what it is, man.
That's fucking like that's
only it is what it is, man. Shout out to Lionel Young.
like how you get parole after killing 10 people? You should be minimum life sentence, like no parole, like you're done. It's over. There is no coming back.
He's a juvenile, so it's TK.
It doesn't matter.
TK is facing again.
I don't give a fuck if you're a juvenile. You took out 10 lives. You have no, you know what I'm saying? Like you have no business being out in the street.
I'm giving you the comparing, and I would hate. I'll say the question was integrity, or maybe the content of their character, but the color of the skin. The kid there in Texas, 10 people were not the color people shot. 10 people dead. He's gonna be because he's 17. Can be eligible for parole in 40 years. That was reading.
Yeah, and he'll be on the street. He could be out on the street at 57.
Yeah, 2 killings. Who he was accused of wasn't the getaway driver. He's facing the death penalty. You know what I mean? I'm just saying he wasn't even the trigger man. This again, this country.
The law's not balanced, bro. This is what's funny. Like I don't know, man. We could talk about this.
Hey, listen, man. Grand opening and grand. What's going on here, man?
Put this out.
But listen.
Grand opening, grand.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you enjoyed today's show of the digital streets, please again support the platform. Hit the like button, man. Shout out to all you guys: Bama Hammer, Robert McClaw, Chris Jones, Young Battleman. Except the Meatball, he ain't got no job. He's gonna be here 8 weeks. Garuda. Lionel Buck, Marcel Simon, beats games in life. He ain't got no job either. Personal health instructor. King B, what's up, King B? Chris Righteous. Again, shout out to so many of you guys here, man. Shelly Ham, Sneaky Snake, Bad Motherfucker, the Almighty Rafiz. Shout out to everybody in the chat again. Thank you for right. If you guys enjoyed the show today, please again hit the like button. I'll be back later on, man, with some more dog shit content. And we out of here, man. Bacon.